Thank you all. Thank you for inviting me and Sandra here tonight. We are honored to be with you again this year. This is always an important occasion. And Mr. Commissioner, thank you for your very kind introduction. And I'm here to say thank you to all of you. Matt mentioned the 5 years in a row of being named the best state in which to do business, and we're very proud of that. But I am very cognizant of the fact that it is in large part due to what all of you do in your daily operations and in your responsibilities that you carry out so efficiently in our state. So give yourselves a hand. Now, we know that there are some dynamics that are going on in our state as well as our nation. And that is the fact that as we move into a new era of not only technology, but digitalization and all the manifestations of those big words of which I do not fully comprehend all of the meanings of that. But every week I am constantly amazed at the industries and the jobs that are associated with all of those skill sets that are either already here and are expanding or are coming here. For those of you who follow the news, you know that every week, including this week, we've already had major announcements about companies that are coming here, and many of them are coming for one major reason, and that is the quality of the workers in the state of Georgia. And there again, that is in large part attributed to the work that you do. Now, we're told that by 2020, that 65% of all jobs in our economy are going to require some form of education beyond high school. And that's, of course, where the technical college system and our college and university system come into play. Over these last almost 8 years now, since I've been governor, we have allocated more than $55 million in state funds to our technical college system, including $7.6 million in this upcoming fiscal year budget. We've also provided almost $752 million in bonds for the system in order for us to continue to have the resources and the facilities that this expanding state population requires. Now, this time last year, my great Chief of Staff, Chris Riley, who is here tonight, give him a hand too, by the way. He'll complain to me tomorrow about doing that to him, but he had an idea after this event last year and his experience in judging the goals participants. He said, you know, the people of this state don't really know what we have in our technical college system. And my comment was then, as we were making comments today about what I should say tonight, my comment was, well, you know, you can have a lot of things, but if people don't know you have them, it doesn't do you a whole lot of good. So as a result of the observation that a lot of people don't know what you're doing, we put in place an advertising campaign. Now, a year later, I'm here to tell you that we have invested $11 million into a marketing ad campaign that targets high school students and their parents to let them know what the TCSG offers to them and their future. And I know most of you have seen those ads, and some of you have actually been in those ads. And what it does is, for many young people and their parents, it was the first introduction they had to what you do every day, the skill sets that you have the ability to impart to young people, and the fact that it is an affordable way of achieving those altering conditions for a great future for their children. So our goal has been and continues that we will maintain a close proximity to our technical colleges, to the people of this state. And I'm told that we now have a technical college within 80 miles of every Georgian, and that's indeed a great achievement, especially in a state, as you know, that is the largest geographical state east of the Mississippi River. But there's also sometimes a monetary distance, not just a mileage distance, that separates people from the ability to take advantage of what you have to offer to them. And that's why I'm so proud of the Hope Career Grant Program, which covers 100% of the tuition cost in selected areas if they will pursue a degree or a diploma or a certificate in those areas. As the Commissioner indicated, we now have 17 of those categories, and our criteria at the beginning grew out of a question that I asked in the height of our Great Recession, at the height of our unemployment rate. When we were above 10% unemployment, I asked the question, and I said, we want to ask the business community of this state, we want to ask them this question. Are there jobs that you have available now, and you just can't find enough Georgians to fill them? And the answer came back, yes. Well, to me, I try to approach things in a logical fashion. And it's great what we have done in terms of recruiting new job opportunities to come to our state, but it seemed to me that if we had jobs already here and didn't have qualified people to fill them, that might be a good place to start as well. And that's where the Hope Career Grant Program initiated. We started with 4 categories that first year, and over each successive year, we have added categories until we're now up to those 17 areas. Let me tell you the ones that were the newest ones that we've added. Aviation. And by the way, did you see that I was in Savannah, Georgia earlier this week down at Gulfstream, and they are going to expand their operations now, and they're already one of the largest employers in our state, somewhere around 16,000 employees. They're adding about 200 more jobs with a $55 million capital investment to expand their service capabilities, so those who have those kind of very nice aircraft can get those serviced when they need it. So, we had the announcement ceremony inside the technical college there in Savannah, because they offer very specialized training to fit that category of aviation, which is one of those 17 areas. Construction. We are a state that is growing rapidly, not only in terms of the number of people who are here. Have you heard me say it? When I came into office in 2011, we were the 10th largest population state. We're now the 8th largest population state, and I don't know where we're going to wind up by the time the census is taken in 2020. We may be even higher up the scale than that. But in that re-emergence of construction in our state, one of the areas where we need trained people is in construction, and that's one of the categories that was added. Logistics. That continues to be one of those areas where we're growing very, very rapidly. And I don't have to tell you that the Port of Savannah is a major component of the demands on our logistics system, and the port is making great progress. They have completed the outer harbor dredging and are now focused on the part coming closer to the port itself. They continue to grow year over year phenomenally. They're the 4th largest port in the United States, and I understand they are the fastest growing port in the United States. With that comes the need for additional logistics. Here again, we have tried to stay ahead of the demands. In 2015, we asked the General Assembly if they would consider revising the way we fund our logistics system. It had not been revisited in 40 years, and a lot had changed in that arena over a 40-year period. They did so. I was very proud of them for doing that, and we are regarded by many people as the leading state in terms of the way we fund our infrastructure for our roads and our bridges. And we have great projects that are ongoing. I know you don't like those orange barrels any more than I do, but just remind yourself, those orange barrels are a promise that something is happening, and in the very near future, those orange barrels will be removed and there will be more accessibility on the road you're trying to traverse. Automotive technology, that continues to be a growing area, and that really is a beautiful Kia Optima you have out there in the outer area, and I understand that's the gift for the new Goals winner this year. I asked Matt, I said, is that one of those you get to keep it and drive it for a year and give it back? He said, oh no, it's a gift forever. So thank you very much for providing that from Kia. And the last category of the new ones that have been added is electrical line work. Now, that means those guys and gals who have to get out there when a hurricane comes through or a tornado hits or just severe bad weather that brings lines down. They train their own by and large and have done so for, I guess, forever. But now we've decided we can have a helping hand in that. And so line work was one of those categories that was added. Now, sometimes you can get carried away with programs and never ask the questions and follow up to find out if your programs are actually achieving what you had in mind when you created them. We did a survey not too long ago in which we followed up on those students who had taken advantage of these Hope Career Grant areas and to find out, did it work? Well, the statistics came back and they were remarkably successful. It showed that 88.4% of those who went through one of those 17 categories found a job in the specific area for which they had been trained by you. But overall, even if they didn't get a job in the specific skill set that they were trained for, overall, 99.2% of them got a job. I can't think of many other employment opportunity programs that have that degree of actual success of job placement. So here again, I want to thank all of those of you who are administrators, presidents of institutions, teachers, instructors, all of you for what you do, because you're going to be the ones that keep this program of providing meaningful training for the citizens of our state. And I want to thank and congratulate those who are going to be the winners tonight, the winners of the Gold and the Rick Perkins Award recipients. You are outstanding people. Without you and your peers and those who work alongside of you, these kind of statistics would never have been possible. We also have had great cooperation from the private sector. Some of you are in the audience tonight, and I want to say thank you on behalf of our TCSG system for all the support, the encouragement, the mentorships, the apprenticeships, the other services that you provide to make our programs even more robust and meaningful to the citizens of our state. So in advance of the announcements of the winners, I simply say congratulations to you. You are great representatives of what we're trying to do. And once again, thank you for being a part of this great system. It is probably the greatest technical college system that any state in this country has. It has been so recognized, and with the improvements that we continue to make every year, we will stay on top in that arena as well. Thank you very much.